Steve had mentioned, I'm from Faire. It's a former coal mining community in Cape Breton. We have several Catholic churches there, and there's a humorous story about three priests that were having coffee one day, and they were talking about, they all had the same problem. They had too many bats in the belfry, and it was driving them crazy. So Father McIsaac always said, I couldn't take it any longer. I went up with a big fishing net, and I captured all the bats in the belfry, and I put them in the back of the truck, and I drove 2.5 miles to the northern tip of Cape Breton, and I set them free. And by goodness, he said 2 days later, they were all back in the belfry. So Father McDonald said, I couldn't take the noise any longer. He said, I bought a scatter gun, I went up, and I shot every blessed one of them. And I felt bad about taking the life of God's creatures, he said, but not half as bad as when I got the bill for $3,600 to fix all the holes in the roof. So Father McGinnis said, I don't know what you people are up to at all. He said, I didn't trap them with a net, and I didn't have to shoot them, but I managed to get rid of all the bats in my belfry. And the other two priests said, well, how did you do that? He said, I went up the rickety ladder, I baptized them all, gave them first communion, and I haven't seen them since. Well, there's a couple of people awake for that one. I've been known to drone on. When I was growing up in high school, I'd go to a party and people would say, hey, Barry, let's have a tune in the pipes. And I'd blow up the pipes in the kitchen, and then 10 minutes later, they're all out on the deck having a beer. So I'd be in the kitchen by myself. So these are a much more quieter version of the bagpipes. And bagpipe really is a bag and a series of pipes. Pretty self-explanatory. The bag really is just another set of lungs. They're a primitive instrument in that we don't have dynamics. I can't play a note louder or softer, but we do complex grace notes to kind of embellish the music, so we don't have dynamics. Anyway, I'm going to start off with a little tune. It's an Irish tune called, for Ireland, I won't tell her name, and I'm going to go into a couple of jigs after that. Merrily Kiss the Quaker, and The Lark in the Morning.